It's been a busy news week, from special elections to long lines at the airport and more. Let's kick it off. On Sunday, an Air Canada flight collided with a fire truck. The two pilots died in the collision, and more than 40 passengers and crew were admitted to local hospitals. As of Wednesday, 4 of the passengers and crew remain in the hospital. An investigation has begun and will likely focus on the role of the air traffic controllers, the moments leading up to the collision, and the failed safeguard and preventative measures, including the airport's surface detection equipment, which failed to warn controllers, and the fire truck's lack of a transponder. On Tuesday, Democrat Emily Gregory won a Florida special election, flipping a state legislative district that includes Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. Democrats celebrated the win as the latest sign of growing momentum heading into November's midterms. This marks the 29th seat flipped from Republican control since Trump took office. There is still no deal to reopen DHS, as the partial shutdown is now in its 43rd day. The Senate passed a partial funding bill, but House Speaker Johnson rejected it, and the House's counteroffer was immediately shot down by Senate Democrats. Meanwhile, more than 510 TSA workers have quit since the shutdown began, with absences running as high as 40% at some airports. Trump signed an order on Friday to pay TSA workers, with the agency saying checks could come as early as Monday, though lawmakers say it is only a short-term fix. Across Asia, countries are scrambling to address a growing energy crisis triggered by the Iran war. Asia is on the front lines, as the region depends heavily on oil and gas flowing through the Strait of Hormuz, which has been effectively shut down by the conflict. So far, the Philippines declared a national energy emergency. South Korea launched a nationwide energy-saving campaign, and Japan said it would soon begin releasing oil from its emergency reserves. And here in the U.S., the USPS is seeking to temporarily increase postage prices in response to surging fuel costs caused by the war. The agency is proposing an 8% surcharge on select package services, including priority mail, beginning April 26, pending regulatory approval. First-class stamp prices would not be affected. It would mark the first fuel surcharge in USPS history. A California jury found Meta and Google's YouTube negligent in a landmark social media addiction trial. Jurors found that the companies intentionally built addictive, mentally harmful platforms. The plaintiff was awarded $6 million in damages, split evenly between direct and punitive damages. The verdict will likely have implications for thousands of similar pending cases. Both companies disagreed with the ruling and vowed to appeal. A Georgia woman was arrested and charged with attempted murder after allegedly taking an abortion pill in her second trimester, violating the state's 6-week abortion ban. Alexia Moore, an Army veteran, took misoprostol and an unprescribed oxycodone. Moore's friends and family say she struggles with PTSD, stemming from her time in the military. After spending nearly 3 weeks behind bars, Moore was released and granted a bond of only $1 on Tuesday, paving the way for a possible reduction or dismissal of charges. In the redistricting battle spreading across the country, both Republicans and Democrats are fighting to redraw lines to their benefit. In Wisconsin, outgoing Democratic Governor Tom Evers is looking to put a stop to it. Evers is calling for a special session to consider a constitutional amendment on April 14 that would ban partisan gerrymandering in legislative districts. It is unclear whether he has the support within his own party. The USDA has canceled a $300 million program aimed at helping farmers buy and retain land. Funded by the Biden-era American Rescue Plan Act, the Increasing Land, Capital, and Market Access Program supported about 50 projects nationwide on 5-year contracts, targeting land access issues for underserved producers, including Black, immigrant, Indigenous, and veteran farmers. The Trump administration says the program is discriminatory and an egregious misuse of taxpayer dollars. Critics disagree. John Boyd, president of the National Black Farmers Association, told the Griot, "They don't want Black people to participate in these programs. This is an administration that wants a white-only America." The NAACP is taking on Trump in the courtroom. Kristen Clarke, former head of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division under the Biden administration, has joined the organization as its general counsel. Clarke's hire is part of the NAACP's expanded efforts to combat the rollback of civil rights protections. NAACP President and CEO Derek Johnson said, "Kristen Clarke is exactly the legal mind this moment demands." A new study finds that attending an HBCU may provide long-term cognitive health benefits. Participants who attended HBCUs showed better memory and cognitive performance at age 62 compared to their peers, suggesting that supportive educational environments can have a lasting impact on brain health. Chronic exposure to racism has long been linked to stress-related health decline, which is why a culturally affirming college environment may do wonders for your health. And some good news for those stuck at Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport. Olympian Simone Biles has officially opened her restaurant there, Taste of Gold. The new spot offers casual dining options, including sandwiches, salads, shareable small plates, and more. Biles said she is looking to create a welcoming space for travelers passing through her hometown. Thank you as always for following along with us. Until next time, take care of yourself.